Hey team, my name is Sean Hensler. I'm the CEO of Hensler Surgical and wanted to go through the latest developments in the Assure test. There's been very exciting things that's been happening that became effective September 23rd of this year. And there are a plethora of antibody tests that are out there. We of course have the Assure test, and as of right now, it is the first and only test that is labeled as point of care that is allowable to be utilized in such a way that the CLIA requirement is allowing for CLIA-waived, CLIA compliant, or CLIA registered status. What that means is you don't need a CLIA lab with moderate to high complexity and to send it off to a lab or to have CLIA personnel coming do the test for you. It means that it can be done in doctors' offices, it can be done in urgent care centers, emergency departments, physicians' offices. They must have a CLIA waiver though. Now that is important to have. Or a certificate of compliance or certificate of registration, which you would get from your local health agency. CLIA is a federal program, so that's important to know. So the history of the Assure test is in July. It was granted the EUA, and it was still a moderate to high complexity test requiring CLIA to do positive, negative controls, the whole bit. You still have the option of doing that with this test. Each box of 20 comes with positive and negative controls, which is lyophilized human and animal SARS, and it's important that that is known, that you have the ability to both run it in a moderate to high complexity lab, or you can run it in a CLIA-waived environment. It's very important to know, though, that even with a positive antibody test result, you should still take steps to continue to protect yourselves and others, such as practice social distancing, wearing masks, and refraining and returning to work per the FDA. It's also important to know that serology tests are not the definitive diagnostic test. It'll tell you if you have a past, it'll tell you if you have a present infection, but it's important that you have 2 serology tests to generate reliable results per the FDA. So this has been an unprecedented time for antibody tests, where our test is now in the CLIA-waived platform and can be used much more widely. And by generating this ability to do this test this way, it's going to help conserve resources and help reduce processing time for other types of COVID-19 tests, as less time is spent on the serology tests. What we at Hensler have put together is a booklet, and it has everything that you would need. Has all the FDA authorizations. It has the statement from the FDA allowing its point of care use, as well as the fact sheet for healthcare providers, as well as the fact sheet for recipients as well. It also has the IFU, which is important to have. Although the test is easy to use, there is still some ability of competency that must be done with putting the 2 drops of buffer for the 1 drop of blood. Nice thing about the Assure test, of course, is the internal control has a unique feature where it has a blue strip on where the control is. It's showing blue already, and when you put in your 2 drops of buffer and your 1 drop of blood, and the test is starting to migrate up the paper, once it interacts with that blue strip, it has a chemical reaction where it will actually help quantify if there is enough buffer to blood, and the blue will turn completely red, indicating the test is being run properly. If the test doesn't have enough blood, it has too much buffer, you'll have a mixed blue and red line on there, and that will deem this test as inaccurate. It needs to be redone. Hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, contact us anytime through the contact us forum at henslersurgical.com, or our number here is 910-399-7380. Myself, Melissa, or Julia are here to take care of whatever you need, and thank you again for your time and attention.